to another episode of the History of the Bay podcast, Behind the Lens. We got King Sed on the boards. We got D.O. Got to shout out our special sponsors for this episode, Cubano Leaf. They got some premium quality organic products. We're going to put the link in the description. And today we got another special guest. Already a Bay Area legend. Been making a lot of moves, making a lot of plays. Musically talented, musically gifted. One of the hottest young superstars out the Bay Area. And I'm talking about DaBoii.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me.
Of course, appreciate you pulling up, bro.
Yes, sir. Got you.
And got to shout out my partner, Lil Kilo, in the building, too, who made this all happen.
Lil Kilo behind the scenes.
Definitely, definitely. And this is big for us because you're going to be at our event.
Yes, sir.
History of the Bay Day, October 19th at the Midway.
19th, too.
I already know you're going to tear it down on stage.
You already know. That's mandatory.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate you, man. So, yeah, we're going to rock out at the show, but I want to get into your story, too, because this is the history of the Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Really wouldn't be complete without you. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, man, we were talking a little bit offline, like the whole interview thing, like kind of been there, done that for you, huh?
You could say that.
Yeah.
You could say that.
You've told your story plenty of times.
Hey.
Do you find like a lot of people, like when they talk to you on these platforms, they want to focus on like what happened with your group and it's like the same old questions?
Hey, damn near, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. And for you, you're like trying to, I mean, that's obviously it's history.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big wave. We'll talk a little bit about it. But yeah, you're focused on like moving forward right now, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and you just did a little vacation.
Yeah, a little vacation, get my mind right, sober up.
Yeah. How long were you down for?
11 months.
Okay, so not too long, but
not too long, but shit, that was long for me. That's the longest I ever been in jail. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even like doing 11 minutes in jail. So
tell me about it.
11 days, 11 minutes, 11 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so you feel like you got like a new, like kind of new perspective after doing that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like definitely valuing your freedom and...
Yeah. Like really not taking none of this shit for granted no more, you feel me? Just foot on the gas. 24/7 type shit.
Yeah.
You know, mamas. Because before I went to jail, I ain't gonna lie, I was playing. I wasn't really taking it as serious as I could have been. But they ain't trying to do no more backtracking. We only moving forward from here.
It's one of those things you don't really know what it's like, or like you don't really know what's going on until you're like in that situation, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because like this shit can happen quick, boys and girls. You lose your freedom, lose your life, anything can happen, really.
Yeah, for sure. This niggas in that bitch that, you feel me? They don't know when they gonna see the light. You just in there fighting.
Yeah.
You feel me? That shit could unmotivate a motherfucker like a motherfucker, you feel me? You just gotta do your time day by day, you feel me? Stay prayed up. Hopefully you get to see that light.
Absolutely. Something I saw that's super dope is that you actually linked with somebody in there on music, right?
Yeah.
So explain who that was and how that came together.
OG Kiwi, that nigga, he had came to my mod because he had just got into a fight. So they moved him to a different mod, which is my mod. He was like on Asset, so that's like on some Asset, that's like on some you like a troublemaker or like you crazy, you don't want to be around other people, shit like that, you feel me? But it was for him, it was on some, he just got into a fight, so they was gonna have him on Asset for like a week or two type shit. So when he came to my shit, we all locked up. I'm in my bunk, I'm reading a book. I just hear OG come out and he's singing. He got vocals though. But I'm really just reading my book. I ain't paying too much attention, but I hear him at the same time. Everybody in there like, sing that shit, OG, sing that shit. He just kept singing this shit. And then when he stopped singing, he was like, man, you know who go crazy though? The only young nigga I could listen to from the Bay. Everybody in there, they talking to him through the door. They like, who, OG, who? They like, that nigga DaBoii, nigga. He just dropped some shit with mechanics. He going crazy. They like, nigga, the boy is cell 9 right now. He like, hell nah, stop playing. He like, nigga, they like, I swear to God, nigga, go to cell 9, you gonna see him. But I hear them talking, but I'm not intervening for real. I'm reading my book. So I'm hearing them I'm hearing them walk up to my door. So I get off my bunk and I walk up to the door. It probably took him a minute to notice me, you feel me? Because I was in there, nappy head, dreads ain't done, you feel me? Mustache ain't like that. I'm in that bitch looking like a caveman. So when I walk to the door, I'm like, what's up with you, OG? He looking at me like, oh, shit, that is you, woo, woo. I'm like, yeah, sing that shit one time for me, OG. He start singing. I'm like, when you getting out? He ain't had no release date, but it was on some like couple months shit, like how my shit was. I ain't know when I was getting out yet, but they couldn't give me too much time, you feel me? So I'm like, yeah, when we get out, we gonna put something together. He like, for real? I'm like, yeah, nigga, like you raw, like we gonna get that work in as soon as niggas get out. I had got out before him, probably like 2 months before him. I gave him my number before I left. And then as soon as that nigga got out, he hit me. He like, I'm out. I'm like, all right, it's all good. I'm just not getting my feet wet for real. Like, let me do these little couple of studio sessions and shit. And then shit, when I get enough work in, you feel me, I feel like I'm back in that mode. I'm gonna come pick you up. I call him one day. I'm like, you ready? He like, hell yeah. I'm like, drop your Addy. I'm finna come pick you up. Dropped his Addy, went to go pick him up. We made a couple songs. I ain't gonna lie, I probably got like 6, 7 songs with him, all slappers too. You know, mamas. That's how that shit came together though.
That's dope, bro.
Oh, mamas.
Are any of those songs out yet?
Yeah, one of them called Child of the Ghetto, DaBoii featuring Kiwi.
Okay. We gotta go check that out, man.
Mamas.
Yeah, I just saw like the clip. It was, it's dope. Like dudes older than you, y'all both in like, you met like in an adverse situation. So it's like, it's dope to see y'all connect through the music, do some positive out of that.
Yeah, mamas. All positive music too. Mm-hmm. Negative shit.
Yeah, for sure. Do you feel like that's kind of like a new direction you're gonna start going in with your music?
Some positive shit.
Yeah. Maybe not necessarily positive, like, but just more mature.
More mature, positive, making songs for females. Don't get me wrong, I still get on that type of time, you feel me, when I'm in that mode, but I really be on some just maturing up for real, you feel me? Not too much of that young nigga shit for real, like more of a substance type shit.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because y'all came in the game so young, teenagers.
Hey, high heads, doing anything.
Yeah, wow. But that was what was dope about the music.
Hey.
But at a certain point, you got to grow with your audience.
Got to, because your audience growing up, they not in high school no more, you feel me? Motherfuckers get older, they start going through shit, you feel me? They want to hear some real shit. Like, that shit cool when you young. And you feel me? The young crowd want to hear it, but when you got real fans and they grow up and you ain't progressing, you feel me? It's like you stuck in one place, you feel me? You ain't gonna go too much far with it if you ain't growing up with them.
No. Yeah, it's like not a good look after a while, like.
Hell nah. Yeah. Motherfuckers be 35, talking about the same shit when they was 18.
Yeah, for sure.
You a little boy.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, man.
We just announced the final lineup for the History of the Bay Day going down October 19th at the Midway in San Francisco. Like we said, DaBoii will be in the building along with Souls of Mischief, Mob Figures doing a tribute to the Jacka, Kamaya, Drew Down, Be Legit, myself, and many other surprise special guests. We're presenting a Lifetime Achievement Award to Rappin' Forte. There's going to be a live podcast with Chewy Gomez, a Women in Hip Hop panel with DJ Shellheart, Shay Diddy, and Karina. A graffiti gallery by Diane Breed with art by King 157 and Mark Baudet. The History of Bay Area Dance Cypher with the Turf Fiends, Demons of the Mind, and Floor Gangs. Much more is going down. Early bird tickets are moving fast, so make sure you get yours before the price goes up. The ticket link is in the description of this episode.
I gotta say, man, like, respect to everybody else in your group, but in general, I feel like for whatever reason, bro, like you've been able to keep your name out there a lot, like as a solo artist. I feel like people give you a lot of credit for that, like being very consistent with your career. shows, collaborations, projects. What do you think that is that's been able to make you so successful as a solo artist?
Really, for real, I really just stay in my own bubble and just focus on me, for real. Like, I don't really pay attention too much to what other people doing and shit, for real. Like I said, I just keep my foot on that gas and I just keep doing me. Like, I don't get me wrong, I pay attention to little shit, for real. Like, I pay attention to the young and upcoming niggas, you feel me? The new rappers and shit, you feel me? I collab with them, you feel me? Get a banger in, shoot some shit, you feel me? Keep shit in motion. You gotta stay tuned in with the youth, you feel me? Because that's who popping, for real. It's a young nigga world, for real. I'm still a young nigga, but mentally, like, you feel me? I look at myself like I'm like a young OG, for real, you feel me? So I stay tuned in with the young niggas. I always get it in with the young niggas and shit, nigga. Really just grind, for real. Really just grind, like really sobering up and shit. That shit made a nigga go a little farther, for real, you feel me? Like, ever since a nigga been out, I've been booked and busy. Shows, clubs, back to back, for real. That's why I thank God for going to jail and shit, cause I ain't gonna lie, like, before I went down, like, I look in the mirror a lot. Not like literally look in the mirror, but like
self-reflection.
Yeah, I self-reflect a lot. And I tell myself, like, man, I'm out here bullshitting. Like, I'm out here playing games. Like, I ain't doing what I need to be doing, but, like, I don't know why, though. So I used to pray to God. I used to be like, man, God, like, help me. Like, if I need some type of timeout, like, you feel me? If I need an awakening, whatever it is, like, don't wake me too much. God, don't take nobody away from me, but you feel me? Awake me in somehow, some way, you feel me? Next thing I know, I go to jail. When I was in jail, I was hella mad. I'm trying to get out, woo, woo, woo. And then, like, my second month, I was just on some, hey, it is what it is. Like, I ain't gonna be here if God ain't want me to be here, you feel me? So I just embraced it in a way, you feel me? Like, maybe I needed this time off, you feel me? Maybe when I get out, it's gonna make me wanna go even harder, you feel me? And that's what the outcome was, for real. Just push even harder. So I really thank God for that time, for real. Nigga been moving way smarter, wiser, you feel me? Spending more time with the family, putting in pressure in the studio, you feel me? Just all that shit. So jail's really a blessing for me.
Wow, that's dope. Cause yeah, like what I was just talking about, like in terms of like your solo run, even before you were locked up, you were gaining momentum, a lot of motion as a solo career, like a lot of projects. But it sounds like now you're ready to turn it up even more.
Yeah, I'm ready to turn it up even more, for real. Like, since I've been out, I probably got more songs that I got right now more than what I had before I went down, you feel me? And I had hella songs before I went down. But now, like, how I'm coming now, like, I listen to them old songs. Don't get me wrong, there's some old songs I'm like, okay, this still go. But how I'm coming now, like, my old shit, I ain't, the new me fucking over the old me. I ain't gonna lie.
That's good. I mean, I noticed as soon as you came home, hit the ground running.
Had to. I had no other choice.
Yeah, I saw your name pop up on a few flyers, saw some music popping up. Definitely like the Bay Area and the hip-hop community overall is like excited for you to come back.
Hey.
That's good, bro, that you're hitting the ground running, and it sounds like you're very hungry, which is rare in someone who's had so much success as you've had.
Starving. That's what motherfuckers fuck up at, like.
Get comfortable, right?
They succeed and get comfortable. Like, don't get me wrong, like, we used to do that shit too. Succeed and get comfortable. Like, we know, like, okay, like, we gonna be on tour in the next 2 months anyway, you feel me? So we not even really recording that much music for real, you feel me? Niggas just too comfortable. Like, we was just too spoiled. Like, as soon as we start rapping, niggas took off. So you feel me? I feel like it's pros and cons to that shit too. Cause when you take off, before you even get to really grind with the music shit, you kind of become like kind of spoiled and you're not really disciplined with this shit. Like, you just feel like it's what life gonna be.
This is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. But if you ain't putting in that work, like, you feel me, that shit could get took off your plate quick, for real, you feel me? So I feel like being uncomfortable is better than being comfortable for real. Like, you gotta stay uncomfortable. I don't give a fuck if you 10 million up, a billion up. Like, you still gotta be uncomfortable, you feel me?
Yeah.
That's the only way you gonna keep succeeding. When you get comfortable, that's when you start doing stupid shit. Buying jewelry, cars, just whatever, you feel me, that make you happy. You just gonna, you feel me, keep doing that shit. And the cycle just gonna keep repeating because you used to getting this, getting that, ooh, all that shit, you feel me? So nigga really gotta stay uncomfortable with this shit. And don't get me wrong, like, you could be happy with certain shit, but at the same time, like, don't be too happy for real.
Complacent.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You gotta stay disciplined with this shit.
Yeah, so we've had Slimmy on here, we've had Young T.O. on here, and when I talked to them, it's one thing that really struck me about y'all whole story from the time you were in a group together is like how quick that shit happened.
Yeah.
And like we were saying earlier, how young you were, because you were like, what, 18, 19?
Yeah, I was 18.
So, and then another thing they kind of mentioned was like, wasn't, like y'all had managers and business associates and all that, but it wasn't like you were getting that much guidance on how to deal with that type of success.
Don't get me wrong, like, we was getting guidance, but we wasn't listening.
Okay.
Yeah, we wasn't listening for real.
So y'all was just hard-headed.
Just young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard-headed for sure.
So do you feel like, because, I mean, it's crazy how quick y'all blew up, like, multi-platinum songs,
Yeah.
nationwide arena tours, right?
Yeah.
Top of the charts, major label deals, collaborations with the biggest artists in the world.
Oh, mamas.
Did that go to your head a little bit?
I don't think it went to our head. I mean, that probably did in a way, for real. It probably did in a way, for real. Like, I've always been a humble individual, but I don't know, like, it probably made us, like, taking off so fast, it made us less hungry, really. We wasn't as hungry as we should have been, for real.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seemed like you've been able to, like I said, just as a solo artist, I think that's one thing that stands out about you is you've been able to keep it going.
Yeah, for sure. Foot on that pedal.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, in order to succeed, you gotta fail, you feel me? And we failed, you feel me? So, nigga ain't trying to fail no more, so I just hit the ground running, for real.
Okay, let's talk about that, because if we're just being honest, right, like, when I look at people's perceptions, right? Because I talk to the artists, I deal with I'm in this world, right? People don't really understand from the outside looking in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when people talk about your group, it's like, oh, I see a lot of people like, basically, I call it hating. Like, oh, they fell off and they fumbled. But do you think there was like a failure on certain things that like y'all could have done differently, or like when you were in different positions that could have affected your career in a different way?
I really just felt like we was young and we was still growing up. So a lot of shit we was doing, like, we never knew how it would affect us later, for real, you feel me? Because we always felt like this shit was gonna last forever, really, you feel me? So when a lot of shit started happening and, like, the division and shit started happening, it's like, oh, shit, like, this shit over with, for real, you feel me? So I always been on some solo shit. Even when I was in the group, I was still dropping solo albums and shit. But when that shit really hit, it's like, okay, so now I gotta, instead of giving this shit 100%, I gotta give it 1,000% type shit. You feel me? So niggas just been hitting the ground running ever since. But like I said, like, if you don't fail, it's impossible to succeed, for real. So you feel me? Like, that shit a blessing too, failing, for real. You know, mamas.
Yeah.
Especially succeeding. And you just keep succeeding, you just think that shit gonna last forever, you feel me? So when that shit finally hit, like, oh, boom, we just failed. Like, nah, nigga gotta hit the ground running. And if you don't hit the ground running, you gonna get, you feel me? It's a new artist every day, you feel me? So if you ain't applying that pressure, you gonna get slept on.
Yeah, that's right.
You gonna get slept on, for sure.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, taking losses, everybody takes losses. Taking losses makes bosses.
For sure.
But yeah, definitely hit the ground running, definitely kept your foot on the pedal. And then you just said earlier too, you're talking about like sobriety, like So since you've been out, no drinking, no smoking, was there anything else that was like lean or anything else that was like?
Yeah, I was sipping lean. I wasn't like no heavy lean head though, but I was sipping lean for sure. I was popping perks, just smoking hella weed, just repeat that. I was getting drunk too sometimes, you feel me? But other than that, that's about it for real. I ain't gonna lie, my sober mindset, it's a whole different mindset. Like, it's the best a nigga ever felt for real. Like, I had to kick that shit in jail. Like, I'm waking up in cold sweats and shit every night because, you feel me, I can't get high no more. But once you get used to that shit, and I'm just in there, I'm chilling, like, you feel me? Like, nigga was really in that bitch vibing for real, like, feet kicked up. I start noticing for real, like, I'm really high off life for real. Like, we in jail with the funnies, like, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm banging on the wall to talk to the nigga next door. We just sigging on each other, like, hella loud, like, waking up the whole mile. COs knocking on our door, hey, be quiet, be quiet. We'll be quiet when they say that, but as soon as they get in their little room, do whatever, we right back at it. Like, we turned up, like, just playing around. So I had to, once I noticed, like, okay, I'm really naturally high off life for real. Like, I don't need to get high to have fun or nothing, you feel me? So once I realized that, I came home, I put down everything. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Don't get me wrong, I hit the weed like once or twice when I came home. It felt like when you first hit the weed ever in your life, like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, like, nigga, paranoid and shit, you feel me? I ain't like that feeling.
It's not fun, really.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I ain't finna go through this shit again just to get back to where I was. You gotta build your
tolerance back up.
You feel me? So I was like, if my tolerance this low right now, I might as well just keep doing what I'm doing, stay sober. Like, I ain't finna smoke hella weed just to get over that tolerance feeling, that paranoid feeling, you feel me? So I just gave all that shit up. Like, nah, I don't even really need this shit. So I've been cool ever since.
That's dope, bro. Yeah, it's like a lot of, like, the drugs, bro, is like so normalized.
Yeah, and drugs make you, like I said, you gotta stay uncomfortable. Drugs make you comfortable.
Very comfortable.
They make you very comfortable, you feel me? I don't need no comfort right now.
Yeah, definitely. And I never judge what anybody chooses to do.
Nah. You know, it's different strokes for different folks, for real. But you feel me? The stroke for this folk is not that.
That's right.
You know, mamas.
That's right. Yeah, and it's like, I like part of it is like challenge of like, can you actually put this down? Can you stay disciplined enough to not hit the blunt when you're in the studio? Or it's really hard to stay. It's hard to discipline yourself, but when you ain't got no choice, you go to jail and you ain't got no choice but to be disciplined. You feel me? It'll wake your ass up. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Okay, so we talked about like the recent experience, but I do want to go back a little bit to where it started for you. So, were you born and raised in Vallejo? Yeah, I was born in Berkeley, but I ain't never lived in Berkeley though. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. The family's all in the area too. I got some family from Vallejo for real, but most of my family really from Oakland and like Texas and like Indiana for real. You feel me? So like, really like the people like around my mom age, like they kids is from Vallejo. You feel me? So it ain't really too much of us that's really from Vallejo, but most of them really Oakland, Texas, Indiana. And North Vallejo, or you moved all over? Yeah, North Vallejo. Okay. So, yeah, one thing about Vallejo is like, there's a big history in rap music. Yeah, for sure. From E40 and the Click. Yeah. Into Deep, Mac Dre, of course, the whole Diz Entertainment. What were some of your influences growing up in Vallejo? Some of my influences for real, like from Vallejo. No, not necessarily. Just in music, period. Music, period. I ain't gonna lie, like my biggest influence, I'd say, you know, I'm younger generation for real. Like as I got older, like Mac Dre, I start listening to a lot more Mac Dre once I got older, and he started influencing me like later. Like, you had to go back and like discover it and dig through it. Like later for sure. But like as a kid, like my influences was really like, I'd say like Lil Wayne, and then after that Lil Wayne wave, like really Chief Keef for real. You know, mamas. So you were just tuned in to like basically what the youngsters were doing at that time. Yeah.
This episode of the History of the Bay podcast is brought to you by Cubano Leaf. Cubano Leaf is crafted from the Dominican Republic. This is a high-quality, 100% natural product. It is hand-selected for slow, even burning, ensuring a fresh and enjoyable experience. They're available in the form of wraps and cones in different flavors, including original, banana, honey, Irish cream, and sweet. For more information, visit CubanoLeaf.com or go to the links in the description. And make sure you check out Cubano Leaf at the History of the Bay Day, October 19th at the Midway. They will be in the building as one of the sponsors of the event.
So what made you want to actually start rhyming?
What made me want to start rhyming? I ain't gonna lie, as a kid, ever since elementary, I always played with the pen and the pad. I always write some shit and freestyle with my family. Or I go to my cousin's house, we throwing on instrumentals and shit, and we just freestyling this shit, you feel me? Motherfuckers used to tell me, oh, you raw. But I used to always just be playing with that shit. I never took it serious. And then one day, it's probably my senior year, my partner had got a laptop for Christmas or something. He had GarageBand on that motherfucker. We learned how to put the instrumental from YouTube and upload it to the laptop. And niggas was just rapping, really just having fun. Just get high and just play with that shit. And then one time, I called Slimmy to the studio. I'm like, nigga, we in the studio, come pull up, you feel me? I introduced him to my partners and shit. Cause I grew up with Slimmy, but the niggas I was around, they knew of him. I ain't gonna say they ain't know him. They knew him for real, but not how I did for real. When he got in the studio, I ain't gonna lie, that made me really fall in love with music. That nigga got on the mic and he was tripping. He already had his own flow and shit. It sounded like he been rapping. He was already polished for real, you feel me? So after he got out the studio, I'm like, hold on, nigga, let me try something, you feel me? I really got in the studio trying to sound like him for real, you feel me? So he really one of my biggest motivations too.
That's dope.
Yo, mamas.
And T.O., y'all met through the PlayStation?
Yeah, we used to be on the first Black Ops, when that shit came out, we had mutual partners. I went to Vallejo Middle, but I knew niggas that went to Solano and shit, so I used to play with my Solano partners and shit that I had used to hoop with back in the day. And T.O. used to be in the lobby and shit. And then we just end up vibing, you feel me, here on out, and we just been locked in ever since, for real.
Mm-hmm. And then, from there, he had his own studio set up too, right?
Yeah, he really been rapping since elementary, shooting music videos, all that shit. I used to tell him, I ain't gonna lie, you raw for real. Keep going with that shit, you feel me? Niggas never knew, we was gonna come together and make this shit one and just end up really taking off with this shit, you feel me?
Yeah, how long from that time of starting to mess with the home studio, how long did it take for y'all to really get some motion?
Some motion, when we first started rapping?
Yeah,
same year. We started rapping in 2016 and shit started taking off 2016 for real. We was gaining city motion, we was gaining motion in the V. We'll go to parties and then they playing this and motherfuckers is singing the words. We used to be looking at each other the fuck?
Yeah.
You feel me? Niggas used to be hating in that bitch. They bitches singing our shit, you feel me? We don't want none of them hoes, you feel me? We starstruck from our own work. Nah, they know the words to this shit, type shit, you feel me? So that shit really motivated a nigga for real too. But we had a couple songs that was booming in the city for real. But when Slimmy and T.O. recorded when we used to record, we'd send songs out to our main partners, but somehow the whole V, I have all our songs, you feel me? Random motherfuckers will come up to me, oh, you need to drop this. I'm man, how you get that? You feel me? So when they recorded it was different than just a couple motherfuckers having our songs, you feel me? It seemed like the whole V had that bitch, you feel me? So when they recorded that shit, I'm telling them niggas, I'm like, boy, y'all need to shoot that. That's a banger. They hell nah, the whole V already heard it already, you feel me? I'm like, gang, if the whole V heard it, how you think the world gonna react? You feel me? That's something serious. That mean it's really that, you feel me? Niggas need to shoot that. So when they shot that and we dropped it, that motherfucker, just end up going up for real. And then after that shit dropped, I ain't gonna lie, like life ain't never been the same for real.
So is that song that really took it further for y'all?
It was sparked it up. Before that, it was different with me and T.O. That shit sparked it up. Like, you feel me? We had the V turn with that. But Anti, like, took it to that level for real, you feel me?
And then didn't you come with like a solo song?
Yep, I dropped Calvin Cambridge.
Calvin Cambridge.
But I don't think it was going up like that at that time. Like, you feel me? Like, it wasn't really going up for real, like, at that time. Like, it started going up, like, after we started blowing up and shit for real. And then after TikTok was invented, like, it was like a trend on TikTok. Like, I don't know, motherfuckers was doing some crazy shit with, like, that bitch I'm the boy shit, you feel me?
Damn,
like,
so that's early TikTok.
Yeah, it's like 2018 TikTok.
Damn, that's like when maybe youngsters was on TikTok.
Really like 2018 type shit.
Wow, I did not know that. Because that song is now platinum, correct?
Nah, I don't think it's platinum, but I don't think it's too far from being platinum.
So it's gold. It must be gold.
Yeah, it's gold for sure. Anti just went platinum, though, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And Lane Changing just recently went gold, too.
It's crazy, bro. Who did you... That must have been like you said, like once you start hearing it in like parties and stuff, but like once people outside of Vallejo are catching on, that must have been a crazy feeling.
Yeah, it was crazy for sure. I remember our first show in Petaluma, like we thinking we finna have to show up, show out, you feel me, and make sure the crowd remembers. As soon as we hit the stage, they start screaming.
Yeah.
Looking at each other like, the fuck they screaming for? I don't even know we finna, you feel me? As soon as the songs drop, they singing everything, word for word. We looking at each other like, what the fuck? This shit many. And then when we went on tour with Sage, we, I ain't gonna lie, like, we going out of state, all type of shit, and they singing our shit word for word, so that shit was crazy, too.
Mm-hmm.
That was, like, our first time, like, really going out the state for real, and our first time going out of state, they know our shit, like, that shit was crazy, too.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And since we got him here, like, what role did Lil Kilo play in the beginning?
Lil Kilo, like, he was really, like, on some big bro shit, like, oh, yeah, I could do this, I could do that, woo, woo, woo. And we seen him every day, so we used to look at him and be like, nigga, no, you can't. You can't do that. You don't know him, woo, woo, woo. He just proved us wrong every time. And then, shit, we just been locked in there ever since. Manager role for sure, but at first, like, we ain't know how connected he was to the music shit until he just started showing us, like, he'd say he could do this. We like, I know you can't, nigga. You don't know them, bro. And he'd show us every time, like, slapping the face. He like, okay, big bro really connected. Like, we gotta fuck with this nigga. He really brought in our other managers, Henny and Stretch, you feel me? So, I ain't gonna lie, like, nigga gotta pay homage to Kilo, because without him, this shit probably, I ain't gonna say probably, it definitely wouldn't have took off the way it took off.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. You need people behind the scenes too.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Talent's not enough.
Behind the scenes, connected them dots for real. Got us in them doors.
I think I asked T.O. this, but for you, in those times, I mean, so now we're talking like, all right, like you said, you blow up locally, you're doing shows, you're going on tour, you're starting to get recognition, but then it just kind of explode nationally, internationally. Black Panther soundtrack, festivals, tours. Like, to you, what was like the biggest height that the group reached during that time?
Shit, probably like show-wise.
No, just any memory that really sticks out. I mean, there's so many accomplishments that we could name. Like, what's something that sticks out to you?
Shit. I ain't gonna lie, it's so much shit. Like, really just being able to go on tour and sell out every city.
Every city.
Yeah, every city. Like, don't get me wrong, like, we had, like, some New Yorks and shit. Like, it probably wasn't sold out, but, like, it wasn't too far from being sold out. You feel me? Just doing that shit as young niggas, like, before a nigga turned 21, that shit crazy for real.
Mm-hmm. And you went on tour like Post Malone and 21 Savage.
Yep. That was probably our biggest thing going for real. Knowing that 21 Savage and Post Malone knew who he was, you feel me?
Yeah.
You know, like, ain't too many Bay Area niggas getting that acknowledgement or that shine for real. Like, don't get me wrong, like, it's a lot of niggas out here that's raw for real. So I ain't gonna lie, to me, niggas is raw, like, you feel me? I fuck with niggas, like, niggas is clean out here, but I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if they don't like our beats or, you feel me, like, the way we talking, the way we flowing. They say we got an offbeat flow, but to me, that shit on beat to me. But I understand it, though, you feel me? If they say we offbeat, like, you feel me, that's their opinion, but that's a lot of niggas' opinions that's not from around here, you feel me?
We could talk about that a little bit, too, because, like I said, I interviewed the other guys in your group, and I said this to both of them. I'll say it to you, too. There's a lot of SOB RBE biters, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Or I could say it in a more polite way and just, to me, it's very obvious, like, how much y'all influenced.
Hey, you know, they ain't gonna give us that credit, though, you feel me? Because at the end of the day, it's young niggas biting young niggas, then it's older niggas biting young niggas, you feel me? So I ain't gonna lie, like, our sound so watered down out here, like, if you wasn't really paying attention to the movement back in the day, you'll be lost in the sauce and you'll say that that's a Bay Area flow. But the way we was flowing before we came out, it wasn't too many motherfuckers like rapping like that for real, you feel me?
Yeah, I guess so, because that's like 6, 7 years ago now.
Hey.
And, you know, there's people in, like, they was in fucking elementary school during that time.
Yeah, for sure. See, yeah, them be the ones that they don't understand it. Like,
yeah.
They just think that's that Bay Area cadence for real. But we really came and we fucked the game up. We changed it up by the way we was flowing this shit. But this shit so recycled now. Like, a lot of motherfuckers, like, I can't say they don't want to pay homage. A lot of motherfuckers probably really don't know where that shit came from.
No, they don't know.
You feel me? Because it's so recycled. Like, they could recycle something from somebody else they was listening to and then a person they was listening to was listening to somebody else, and they bit that nigga whole time. Like, we was the Krabby Patty formula, you feel me? But shit, I don't really get that. You can call it Bay Area flow if you want to. I don't really be tripping. You ain't gotta pay no homage. I just, like I said, I just keep moving forward. Like, I ain't one of them niggas that's big on, oh, man, we done did this, we started this, no,
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
you let the work speak for itself.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, real niggas know. Like, motherfuckers that was paying attention from back in the day, you feel me? That's all that matter.
Mm-hmm. And I think even the beats, too, because, like, y'all started doing, like, a lot of up-tempo beats.
Yeah, like up-tempo,
samples.
Like 80s disco type shit.
Yeah. Where did that come from for you?
I ain't gonna lie. Really, when that NWA movie came out, you feel me?
Really?
I wanted to be like Eazy-E.
You seen how Dr. Dre was freaking the samples and digging in for the records and all that?
Yeah, I really wanted to be like Eazy-E for real. So that's really where that shit came from for real.
Really?
I thought that sound was just clean as fuck to me, you feel me?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You talk about, like, different generations being influenced, because, I definitely remember when that movie came out,
like 2014 or something.
2014, 2015 or so, yeah. It's like, because I was around a lot of kids. I was working with kids back then. Actually, matter of fact, I was working at a middle school, and they was all on NWA.
Yeah.
Like, it was 1988 all over again.
Oh, mamas.
Yeah, wow. So that had an impact on you, too.
Yeah, for sure. Big impact.
Interesting.
And just how they was moving, like, militant with this shit, you feel me? And it's like, it ain't just one nigga rapping, like, it's unity and everybody coming together and adding pieces to the puzzle, you feel me? So that's what motivated me to get all my niggas to come together and just go crazy as a group, too.
Yeah, I think that was another thing that made y'all so successful. I mean, groups are powerful.
Yeah, that's why I be telling people, like, with groups, like, it's really a cheat code, especially if everybody brings something to the table when they hit the mic, you feel me? It's a cheat code, because it's hard to just focus on one nigga and say a nigga going crazy, because this nigga going crazy and that nigga going crazy.
Yeah.
It ain't too many groups, so you feel me? You form a group, y'all naming one thing, you gonna stand out for sure.
Yeah, I mean, y'all had different styles, different energy, different looks, but all together on one stage or in one video or one song. It's definitely powerful. Obviously, all good things come to an end, right? We don't really have to go into that, do we? The whole split or whatever. Like, it's been told a million times, including on this podcast. So, I mean, I don't think you would have anything else to say that's already been said about it.
Yeah, I really don't got nothing to say, you feel me? All I can say is, you feel people change, you feel me? Motherfuckers grow up, you feel me? You just gotta embrace it.
Yeah, for sure.
You just gotta embrace it.
Also, I mean, I hear it through the grapevine every now and then there's talks of like reunions too.
Reunions. No comment.
Anything's possible, never say never.
Hey, anything possible for sure. Anything possible. But right now, like, you feel me? I'm still looking at the man in the mirror. You feel me?
Yeah. I think that's good, bro. I think, like, you don't, like we're talking about getting older, like you don't want to be one of those people that's like trying to like get back what you used to have or like go back in time. It's like you said, people change.
Yeah, mamas.
You guys were so young, it's like you're totally different people now.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's been a lot of shit that's gone down.
A lot of bullshit.
Yeah. So now it feels like you're like just totally focused on you.
It really just focused on me for real. And just, you feel me, pushing my young niggas, you feel me, my young and upcoming niggas. YW and Juicy, SOB X RBE, he ain't really dropped too much yet, but you feel me, he got hella unreleased songs. He raw, like, I'm gonna get his feet wet one of these days. I'm gonna have to just peer pressure that nigga into, you feel me, taking shit serious, cause he too raw to not be doing what he should be doing. Papa got bands, Lil Dame 2-3, Triple C, Maury, Lil Scoopy 1800. You feel me? Forgive me if I forgot about somebody, but you feel me? Like, that's like niggas that I'm focused on right now, for real. Like, they really brought the V back, for real. Like, Papa got bands and Lil Dame 2-3. They been applying pressure, you feel me? Whole time I'm in jail, like, motherfuckers coming up to me. Like, oh, bro, you heard your nigga shit, bro? They just dropped this. They going crazy, whoa, whoa. I'm like, hell nah, how that shit go? Niggas rapping that shit to me, word for word. They like, these niggas doing hundreds of thousands of views. I'm like, for real? Yeah? Man, that shit many. Because when I was out, like, I don't think I seen them do their first 10,000 views yet, you feel me? So to hear them niggas doing hundreds of thousands of views and shit, you feel me? That shit just felt good to me, for real, you feel me?
So now you want to, like, use your platform to help other people get on.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I ain't even on no management shit. I ain't even on no trying to sign niggas, no, none of that. Like, I'm eventually be on some trying to sign niggas for real. Like, once I'm all the way there, you feel me? And I could really give you that real platform that's really gonna push you and get you to that next level. But until then, like, this shit just all genuine love. I really just pushing my niggas for real.
Yeah, like, let's just fuck with it. Let's just do some music.
Yo, mamas.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, you're on like a lot of projects, a lot of features. Is there anybody that you haven't collaborated with that you still want to work with out there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, shit, working with Lil Wayne, that'd be legendary, you feel me? Because he one of the reasons why niggas started this rap shit for real.
Yeah.
Nigga for sure want to work with Dirk, like, I didn't watch him come up, like, before he was, you feel me, who he was now. Like, he was always the rawest nigga to me from Chicago, like, besides Chief Keef and shit, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie, I need that Sexy Red.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Yeah. Sexy Red, let's make that happen.
I need that Sexy Red. She turned up. I fuck with Sexy Red. I always wanted to work with Dej Loaf. You feel me? Let me see. Other than that, ain't too really many people that I really want to work with like that for real. Like, you feel me? Don't get me wrong. Like, artists bigger than me, you feel me? Or he could be not bigger than me, but he have emotion. We could get that work in for real. But for me to say I want to work with this motherfucker, like, nah, not too many for real besides them.
Yeah.
Like, that's like my top 4 for real.
I could see all of those happening, bro.
You know, mamas, in the future, just got to keep applying this pressure, you feel me?
Yeah, hell yeah. Another thing that's interesting is, like, when y'all first got into music, all these platforms were kind of new still. I mean, not all the way new. Like, Instagram was around for a while, but, like, as a music discovery platform, that was kind of new. TikTok was brand new. Feel like organic YouTube, that's like something like YouTube views was way more organic.
Yeah, YouTube views was organic. Like, wasn't none of that YouTube ass shit, no, none of that. Like, back in the day, like, to do views, like, you really had to do them motherfuckers. Like, every view organic, like.
Yeah.
I be seeing all this YouTube ass shit. I be seeing niggas with y'all 1,000,000 views and your 2K likes. I'm from the era to where, you feel me, like shit gotta add up. So I could just look at a nigga views and be like, oh, you super push that shit. Like, I don't know if your shit fake or you just push the fuck out of that shit. You feel me? So I notice everything for real. I let niggas breathe though. I ain't, you know.
I mean, we all know the formulas, right? Like if you got 100,000 views, for example, and you got 10 comments.
Like, come on, bro.
Are those 10 people just watching that shit, you know, 10,000 times?
You wasting your money.
Yeah.
You wasting your money.
Because it's like you're paying for numbers to appear on the screen, but you're not actually reaching the fans.
Them numbers not real. But it is real ads that get you, like, real feedback and shit. You feel me?
Well, there's a difference between just, like, promoting something and actual marketing. And when you actually market something, that's when you're delivering it. You're investing in delivering it to your audience.
Yeah, for sure.
So obviously, ain't nothing wrong with advertising, right? Like,
nah, ain't nothing wrong with it for sure. But it's just something. It's just a little something wrong with that. 100,000 views and your 10, 20 comments.
Yeah,
like, you wasting your money. Like, go get a job. Nigga.
Yeah, that's not effective advertising if you're not generating engagement. Yeah. But for y'all, like, this shit just went viral, right?
YouTube changed the algorithm, too. Like, they made it hard to go up organically, you feel me? So if you could go up organically, like, that shit, that says a lot. Like, you got it for real, you feel me? Imagine if motherfuckers that's going up organically and then they running ads and doing the marketing and shit for they shit to go up and shit, you feel me? They gonna be one of them ones, but it's only a select few that's really out here organic with it, you feel me?
Well, that's like kind of good approach anyway, right? Like if you throw something up and it does well on its own, that might be something you want to invest
into. For sure. You could blow up. You could be one of the ones for real if you really invest in your shit, you feel me? Sign, do whatever you gotta do. How the label push you is no doubt if you going up organically and you pushing your shit, it's gonna go up for sure.
So I mean, what is your approach right now? Like, cause now you've been in the game long enough to where you kind of have to think about the business of it, and I'm sure you know from your own experience, you've probably thrown a song up, just dropped it, and then you've probably had songs or albums that you really worked, and you can see the difference. So now that you've been in the game for this long, like, what's your approach to the business of the music?
My approach, like, I ain't gonna lie, I've been in the game longer than a lot of niggas. That nigga been rapping for like 8 years, so in that whole expansion of 8 years, like, I really gained the fan base for real, you feel me? So I don't really gotta do all that extra ass shit to make it look good, you feel me? I ain't gonna say it is good, but it's better than what a lot of niggas is putting out, you feel me? Because nigga got a real fan base that support. So shout out to all my fans for sure. But a nigga really do need to start pushing this shit a little more for real, you feel me? Because I drop some shit and I leave it at that, you feel me? I let him eat it up for a minute, boom, drop something else. But a nigga really do need to start putting like bands in them YouTube ads and shit, you feel me? And paying the IG pages for promotion and figure out marketing strategies and shit, you feel me? Like, who really got that shit down packed to the gristle is Lil Russell for real, you feel me? Like, he teaching niggas the game for real. Like, he going up organically for sure. So shout out that nigga. Like, if he was to, I can't even say if he was to push this shit, because he pushing this shit, you feel me? Like,
he fucks with the ads and all that shit too.
He basically built his own label, you feel me? And it's all like family and friends and shit, you feel me? So to see that shit dope. Like, that shit motivating too. Yeah,
we had him on here. He said you were one of his top 5 Bay Area rappers.
Yeah, for sure. He one of my top 5 too.
That's dope.
Mamas.
Yeah, y'all got songs together too, right?
Yeah, we got one that's out. I just went to the studio recently with him like 2-3 weeks ago. We just knocked out 2 songs. Pappers too.
Oh, you did that? You did that joint with my boy Gutter Butter.
Yep. All about Fetty. Mamas.
Tight, bro. Tight. Well, this is dope, bro. It's cool to, like, you know, like I said, I sat down with some of the other cats in the group. It's cool to sit down with you, see where your head's at.
Mamas.
Welcome home.
Appreciate it, appreciate it.
I'm glad to see you got a positive mentality about you.
Yes, sir.
Keep gassing, keep your foot on the pedal, bro. Don't stop.
Appreciate it.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you tear it down, bro.
Yes, sir. You already know.
History of the Bay Day, October 19th, Midway in San Francisco.
Yes, sir. Finna
DaBoii,
tear that bitch down.
Souls of Mischief, Mob Figures, Drew Down, Be Legit. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, it's gonna be turned for sure.
It's just gonna be cracking. So get your tickets, people.
Yeah.
And anytime you need our support, bro,
Yeah.
we right here. Stay locked in.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lil Kilo making this happen. And yeah, bro, I'll see you in October.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, boys and girls, go get them tickets. History of the Bay Day. Thank you to everybody out there watching. Shout out to our sponsor, Cubano Leaf, and everybody else supporting History of the Bay. Dregs One here with DaBoii. History of the Bay. We out of here, y'all.
Yes,
Peace.
Sir.
Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.